Today I'm going to share with you how to quickly create a printable map. So we're going to go ahead and grab a visualization. I'm going to select CMaps Analytics. And in this case, because we have countries, I want to see the country boundaries. So I'm going to select CMaps Admin Areas. I'm going to pick out my region, where in this case we're looking at column 2, which is my country name. And we'll use the same as the label. And then we have a value here. If I wanted, I could also build my own conditional logic to change the color, but we're going to show you how to set that as a choropleth in the map properties. When I click OK, CMaps Analytics is going to quickly render the map and draw the boundaries dynamically, and also pan and zoom the map. So one of the things that we want to do very quickly is change this into a choropleth. So we'll right click, we'll go to Options, we'll go to CMaps Properties. I'm going to check the box to make it a choropleth. I also want to change the base layer to a cool gray. We'll select OK. It'll re-render the maps. And now we have an interactive map. Now if I pan and zoom and adjust the map, that's one thing as an interactive map. But when we start talking about printing and exporting, when we go to export this, what's really going to happen is CMaps Analytics server is going to generate all these maps. It's going to wait for them to render, and then it's going to take an image snapshot and stick that in the PDF, so that when you distribute the PDF, it won't take into account any of the interactions that you have as an end user. It's basically going to give you the map as it loaded initially. So if we generate this PDF and we crack it open, you can see that we get the visual representation that we saw on load. Now, what happens if this map didn't render quickly? What happens if you get a blank map? That is a common potential issue if you have a more complex map. Now, we've built an option to help address those particular issues. We have this concept of our print render delay. So, for instance, maybe you're trying to render, 3,000 counties. Well, that's not going to happen within 3 seconds. Maybe it takes 5 to 6 seconds for it to render. So you can actually change the delay. So let's say 6,000 seconds. We click OK. And what will happen is when you go to print your map, you'll notice that it will take a little bit longer, because what's happening is each one of these maps on the server is giving it appropriate time for it to render, and then it'll take the snapshot. So that render delay is more or less a stopgap to make sure that you're getting accurate results as time moves forward. One other item to note is that in the map properties, you can also remove the pan and zoom controls.